Michevik tak doveria. Episode 119. Maybe suspiciously the algorithm will like that. I'll start with the most recent and obvious one. The Pentagon recently held a secret classified meeting on Signal. And they accidentally invited and included a journalist from The Atlantic, who assumed the entire thing was a joke until the bombs started falling in real time. And apparently the discussion of those people in the Pentagon on that meeting was entirely full of bro talk and fist bumping emojis. Like these people are in fucking high school. It's a really sad day for our country when these people are this inept. Also, someone who is a Kremlin asset was in Moscow when he was added to that Houthi chat. Government employees are saying that Doge's plan for cutting $500 billion to Social Security is actually a backdoor way to stop payments to people, which is going to negatively affect millions of people, including veterans. But we all knew this was their plan all along. It's not just to harm people, it's to actually force people to expire. Also, a recent piece of legislation brought up in the House, H.R. 2262, brought up by a Republican, of course, says to amend the Fair Labor Standards Act of 1938 to exclude certain activities from hours worked and for other purposes. Now, you can speculate on this, of course, but what it really sounds like is they're trying to find a way to get rid of people's overtime pay. However, we can't confirm that at this time, because conveniently the one part of this bill that's missing from Congress.gov is any text of the bill, even though it's already been introduced in the House. I recently touched on this in the last episode, but I wanted to talk about how important this is. The mass layoffs that Trump and the Doge are doing to federal government employees is now raising concerns of potential espionage from other countries like Russia and China. This comes shortly after Trump's administration has halted cyber operations against places like Moscow. They have completely stopped monitoring disinformation from them online. I'm sure absolutely nothing can go wrong. And as I've spoken about at length in recent weeks, when Republicans hold town halls, they're getting shouted at by their own constituents, even in deep red districts. The constituents are yelling at Congresspeople saying, "We trusted you, why is Trump above the law?" One woman at a town hall yelled at Chuck Grassley saying that she trusted him for years and looked up to him, but now she realizes he was a liar and he's not looking out for the people. She said, "I'm 70 and I'm more scared than I've ever been," and she said, "Chuck Grassley, you don't speak for us." Which is why guess what Republicans are doing now? Having packed town halls in red states, and the Republican congresspeople don't show up. Because they realize the people don't like them, but they don't care. They're going to continue going against their own voters' interests in order to fulfill their fascist agenda. If only people had listened when we were trying to warn them about this for fucking years. And after years of Trump, when he's not in office, complaining that the government is full of leaks, there's leaks everywhere, the president needs to be impeached over these leaks, it's a disgrace. After that disastrous meeting on Signal where classified information was given to a journalist, Trump is now standing by his national security advisor, saying he learned a lesson and he's a good man. Because oddly enough, when Trump's in office, leaks aren't a big deal. And this is all because, as I stated before, Trump claims to be against DEI, which to them just means black people, minorities, and women. And he specifically filled his cabinet with amateurs who have no clue what they're doing. And he doesn't care as long as they continue to kiss his ass. However, some hilarious jokes are coming out of this, like people calling Hegseth not a DEI, but a DUI hire, and calling him Whiskey Leaks. This has been We Told You So.